Okay, we're live. Welcome to the workshop number 78. Um, yeah, this is a comedy safe space, so you guys say whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell on you to the internet. Um, Dan, you're up first. I don't know what your topic is, so say your topic and let me know when you're ready to start, and I'll start your time.
All right, my topic's on seeds, and we'll just roll right at 30 seconds. All right, so my topic's seeds, and I think the lives of seeds it's kind of like the movie Alien. Like a little water, and eventually something just burst out its chest. Um, like if seeds could scream, it would be just like the dinner scene from that movie. Bunch of seeds sitting together, like bullshitting over there in the soil. Then like all of a sudden, some rain hits them, and they're just like, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" He's just like, "I don't know, man. I've been feeling kind of strange since that water came down here, and all this stuff, and just like all of a sudden he bursts out, and then one by one, like all the seeds start screaming and have shit burst out of their chest. Like it's got to be it's got to be a really shitty scenario going on there. You lose a couple poker buddies. Spreading your seed is like a strange like saying. I think. Like I'm just also wondering, like, do farmers have like a lot of oral sex? Because like they usually taste the soil before they plant there. Um, Can you imagine if people worked like plants? I mean, just think about like every spring, women are just like laying on their backs in fields, like just lines and rows of like women's on their backs, and then just like a farmer comes around and just starts spreading like semen all over these women. They just got to lay there till fall. I mean, they'd get watered, We're not like savages or anything like that, but I also think like planting a seed in someone's mind is another really weird expression. Like just visualize it for a second. Like planting a seed in someone's mind, so there's like a seed just sitting on top of your brain, and then like slowly growing until like it covers like your entire brain, and then it just like takes over control of your body. And I kind of think like this is probably how hippies are born. Um, so they're just controlled by seeds. I don't know. How did somebody discover seeds? Also, like somebody just like sitting around one time and just realized like the stuff that was like falling off trees was creating more trees. Like I don't know to put that together. Um, Also, like if women did have to lay on their backs till like fall to like have children and just like keep getting like inseminated like that, would you like have to like stay out in the sun? Like I'm pretty sure like that field would smell worse than like any horse manure field that happens. And then like would you have to do it yearly? Like I also think like that'd be a much bigger commitment if you had to do something like that. Like maybe more women would be like apt to like really think it through if they want to get knocked up, if they had to go lay in a field for 7 months and just get sprayed with cum every day. Um, but yeah, that's about all I have on seeds today, I think. So, yeah.
Yay! Sweet, awesome. I'm clapping one-handed. You guys have any feedback?
Wow, that's what an imagination. That's amazing. I have one phrase after something that you said uh, uh, when you were talking about the women in the field, and then I thought the phrase, "Not that he's gonna plant his face in the dirt," might be something that resonates with you because, like, I guess he doesn't actually go down on any of these women, does he?
I was trying to like get you to visualize just like a farmer strolling up and down. Like I don't know if you've
That
ever been
that
around a
happened.
farm,
That
up and down. Yeah,
happened.
they just strum
Yeah,
like up and down the aisle, just like scooping out of
yeah,
a pail, just cum all
that
over these
happened.
ladies.
It
All
it raises
right.
so many questions about you. Yes.
Hey, I'm just saying,
You're the podcaster. You're
egg
not being
farms.
interviewed, but I'd love to.
Yeah, I found that shit really disgusting and distasteful. Like, how would you even fucking think of that? Fucking disgusting, man.
Safe
What the
space.
fuck?
I have more feedback though.
Oh,
So how are hippies born? is also a phrase that I liked, and you need to answer that question. And does it involve patchouli or a concert of more than 50,000 participants, like, or attendants, I should say, attendees? Like, you've got to answer that question.
Oh, yeah, that was because the seed took over their brain because somebody planted a seed in their brain and then it grew and encapsulated the whole brain, and that's how hippies are born.
So are they brainless?
I
Does
mean,
the
most
seed
hippies, yeah, I think, are pretty
overtake their brain?
brainless.
Is it like a symbiotic seed, or is it a parasite seed?
I mean, I guess it'd kind of be like the pod people, right? Like that's how that whole scenario worked. The body snatchers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure there's like definitely like an angle there just to like trash hippies more in that part, or get more descriptive with how hippies are
Yeah.
born through getting a seed plant in their head.
Snatchers. Glenn, you have anything?
Yeah, I really like the seed and the alien uh, description, like you started off with. I think that was pretty cool. I had trouble when you talked about the farmer and there's oral sex or something. You lost me for just a second right there. And I don't know if it was the went from alien to like farmers and blow, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was that the radical change or something right there kind of threw me, or I don't know. Maybe I'm slow, but that kind of threw me off for just a second. And then now, like I think you have some room to run with the planting a seed, planting an idea. You know, those kind of.
Yeah.
I think you have some room to run with that. So I think you're going down the right track with that. And I think there's some more meat there if you wanted to explore it. I mean, is that a topic you think you want to explore? And
I mean, I like so pretty much with like these workshops at least, like when he, especially for the topic, he just like throws out.
Yeah.
I'll just write like the first 5 things that like pop in my head about like the subject. So like for seeds, it was like the alien scenario was the first thing, and then I just pictured a farmer having a lot of oral sex because he's always tasting the soil to make sure it's got enough nutrients before he plants his seed, which would be calm.
Yeah.
And then of course the rest was just like if people worked like plants, and then the farmers just planting seeds all over women in a field, and then the planting a seed in somebody's mind. Like I think there's a lot of directions, like you said, to go on with that angle as well. So
I mean, because if you really decide to keep going with seeds, I mean, you got all these Chinese seeds that are coming in, right? That you could probably get in there somewhere. That's really, it's kind of a topical big thing right now, and all these seeds are popping up in people's mailboxes.
Like the Chinese seeds, like they're not as high quality as American seeds. Like they break down a lot faster than American seeds.
Yeah.
They're cheaper to make.
A ton of places you can go with that. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just saying, if you're going to run with it, that just might be something else to
right.
Put in there with your alien and farmers, and they'll just give you something else seed related.
I was thinking like you know how you said what if ladies needed to like lay down and be watered like in a field. I was saying like maybe that's what R. Kelly was doing. Maybe he was that high and he thought that that's what he's supposed to do. He's just trying to help out, you know. Trying to get those young girls to blossom into adult women with piss. Fuck, there's another thing. I lost it. Oh yeah, I think a joke would have been that set would have been like a little bit better if you had just said the N-word.
Why are you trying to get me to say the N-word on the live broadcast?
I'm just saying, dude. All right. There was something else. Fuck. I'm trying to remember. Nope, it's gone forever. All right. Any more feedback, guys? Okay, then, Glenn, you're up next. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
All right, give me 2 seconds. All right, my topic is children. All right, and you can start the time. All right. Children today are lazy. 2 days ago, I found 3 children playing hide and seek in my house. One of them may have been mine. The children have no respect for the game of hide and seek. Inside, one room, 2 things to hide by. You count, turn, bam, bam, bam. 4 seconds to find the people. You should call this game turn around and count. When I was a kid, I played hide and seek 1,000 times, always outside. My kids assured me there's nowhere to hide outside. The only time we ever played hide and seek inside was in a store, and we didn't call it hide and seek. We called it lose your sister. The trick was losing your sister, losing your sister and keep one eye on your mama, because your mama didn't appreciate your hide and seek skills. Right? So you wanted to lose your sister, but you didn't want to be the last one by mama's side while she was checking out. I tried these teachings children about hide and seek is more than a game. It's a life skill. I looked at them straight in the eye. I said, 1 or 2 of y'all are probably going to be criminals. Your hide and seek skills are going to be the key to your freedom. It'll keep you out of jail. I talked to them about the Hide and Seek Hall of Fame. 17 years. Had the best finders on the planet looking for him before he was found. The Unabomber. 14 years. Still not found. Tupac shooter. 41 years. No trace. My dad. You know, a kid had no hide and seek game when he was young. His wife catches him cheating on her, and her description is, yeah, I caught him butt naked with wearing a lampshade and an erection. That guy had no hide and seek game. That's the kind of kid that play hide and seek inside. Even as an adult, you come across adults with hide and seek skills. The electronics department employee at Walmart. Where is he? You can never find him. Customer service at Sprint. You can never find them. My neighbor Fred with Alzheimer's. You can never find him. But in our defense, he usually gets a 2 or 3 day head start. Right, that's it.
Yay.
Yay.
Cool. Awesome. You guys have any feedback?
Yes. So like well, I'm just gonna start from the top. So like when you said like the only time we played hide and seek inside, I don't know. I would throw a hard hitter. Like the only time we played hide and seek when I was a kid inside, it was when my father beat my mother.
Okay.
I don't know. And then when like you were describing like a life skill for a criminals like hide and seek, because that is like that's a pretty good premise. Like it definitely translate, but like you should shorten it up and just be like it's a great life skill for when you have warrants. You know what I mean? So you could like shave off like 5 sentences just by using that. Oh, and Tupac's killer, it's been 24 years, not 14 years. Pac was shot in 96. It's 2020.
Yeah, you're right.
The year I was born.
And then when you're listing things like you can't find, like you had like a lot of examples, and then like I don't know, I was just thinking like my wife's clitoris, like it's been however long you've been married, and I still haven't found that bitch once. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Lucia, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything else to add other than what Dan already said. Daniel.
Awesome. Sweet. I was thinking like about hide and seek. Yeah, I always preferred hide and Hindu myself.
Hide and Hindu.
Yeah. But I was thinking when you said your wife walked in and he's wearing a lampshade and erection. Like, do you wear an erection, or does your erection wear another woman? Like, I
I
don't know.
just like I just like
Just like
I don't know. I was working on that sentence, and I was just like, I wanted the erection to be last. So it's like, if you find you butt naked wearing a lampshade and an erection, right? You weren't very good. You probably played hide and seek
what?
indoors.
What if it was something like, what if it was like a cock ring or something, like a lampshade and a cock ring? That's something you wear.
Yeah, you didn't have the lampshade on your head. You had it on your erection.
Yeah. Huh.
Also, like you could definitely mix in the fact that you're an adult trying to explain hide and seek to children. Like you get a lot of weird looks during this. Like that whole premise.
Right.
Yeah. But what if you train them too well? Yeah, sorry, Brent isn't going anywhere. Anybody have any more feedback?
I was kind of shocked when I heard the part about where you tell the kids that they're going to go to jail if they don't like have these skills, or how some of them are going to end up in jail, that you know that about them,
Right.
right?
And it probably wasn't the best way to word it, but I was just trying to say hide and seek is a good skill, right? If you're a criminal. And
Yeah.
but the way
Yeah.
Daniel said it is, it's a life skill if you got warrants out after you, right? And it may be
Yeah.
a little less punch in the face,
Yeah,
right?
it's less word. It's just less wordy, so it like simplifies it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, statistically, a few of those kids are definitely going to jail either way. So I mean,
Yeah.
we can feel how we want about it, but they're probably gonna be little pieces of shit when they grow up. So,
So
all right.
Hyde and Jekyll. I don't know. Anyway, any more feedback, you guys? Man, this is turning into the quickest workshop I've ever hosted.
this one I'll probably build and try to take to a mic or something, and I think it's got potential.
The only way you can find out if it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Lucia, you're up next. Let me know when you're
All
ready to
right.
start.
So my topic is Wiseguys, and I guess I mostly have some meanderings or musings, you could say, about Wiseguys, and I'll tell you after why. So a wise guy might be a made man in a mob outfit. A wise guy is sarcastic, plays dumb. What are you, a wise guy? Meaning, well, you're not wise at all. Um, to me, wise guy is a strange expression, because if you're called that, oh, it actually means you're not. Yeah, I said that means you're not wise. But my theory is that because so many Italians, Roman Catholics, they acknowledged what happened in their past, the time of the three wise men going to meet the baby Jesus. They were full up of wise men as a country, so they chose the term wise guy out of respect. And it's a rhetorical question anyway. The person asking it, they already know the answer. Don't get sucked in by answering. What kind of a wise guy are you really if you answer? So, wise guys reacting to ordinary quotes. A stitch in time saves 9. If I punch you and cut your lip, you should get it stitched, or it'll be 9 stitches you get next time I beat you. I'm not at all going to try to do an Italian accent in front of you guys. Like, I'm just not going to try it. But eventually, I hope to have that down. So, another quote: It takes a village to raise a child. Well, that depends how big the child is. Look at him. He too big for a stroller. Time to walk. No, not easy to raise him with my arms, but my foot can easily kick him on his way. He'll be a soccer player. The early bird gets the worm. Why his wife no bring him worms? It's her job, no? But what I want to know is why is nobody talking about gum? You blow the gum, you make the bubbles, droplets everywhere, but nobody talking about that. So the wise men brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh to baby Jesus. Wise guys would have brought guns, unwashed money, and eaten the many cannolis along the way. The money is for a college education. The organization needs people who know how to make a spreadsheet. It sure must be tough to operate during this pandemic, not able to bestow the kiss of death on someone since you might get dead too. At birth, it's the wise guy that slaps the doctor. Oh, the wise guy baby that slaps the doctor. But people still debate whether wise guy is born or made. At kindergarten, he's got an info to blackmail the teacher. Not that he's gonna, but he probably could. By grade 6, he's got his own posse of girls doing his homework. That's what I got so far about the wise guys, eh? I have not watched The
Right.
Sopranos yet. It seems like everybody has watched The Sopranos, and that's on my list. Yeah. So I didn't hear any laughter. That's okay, you guys. Wise guys. Are you
Hey.
clapping or fanning the air because it's so stinky?
I mean, I
was trying
did
to
fart during that set, but it had nothing to do with the material.
Yeah, I've got one hand. I was waiting for. I thought you were still going, so I have to clap with
No.
one hand because I'm holding my iPad with the other one. You guys
Yeah.
have any feedback?
There's like a lot of angles to take with Wise Guys, especially being like a mafia like fan like I am. It's you could definitely jump into like like how much Wise Guys love Jesus, like, which is weird because like most like mafia dudes are extremely religious, which is like a giant contradiction into itself.
Do they love Jesus or baby Jesus?
Oh, they love the whole thing, like
Okay.
Yeah,
All Jesus all the
they're,
time.
they're very,
yeah, they're actually some. You
Cool,
could definitely
thanks.
like with the set about Wise Guys, you could really set up like if you're gonna take like the religious angle with it, you could definitely set up the Last Supper like a scene out of Goodfellas or something like that.
Hmm.
Like, ah, fuck you, Peter, like shit like that. You can, and like they're all just like they're kicking up the boss. Like Jesus is really just like the head of a crew. Like he wants his 10%, and that's why Peter sets him up or whoever the hell it was that turned like betrayed him.
Judas.
Oh yeah, Judas, my fucking retarded ass. Yeah,
Hey,
Judas.
whoa, what the fuck?
Oh,
It's kind
sorry.
of racist, man.
Yeah, I just said the R word.
Okay.
I thought this was a safe space. Safe space
I'm
for
sorry.
her.
I'm really sensitive when it comes to like a questionable language.
Yeah.
Questionable
I
way.
can't questionable language. I just something in me just like jumps out.
Yeah.
Sorry, you
Are you
guys.
are you
I
trying to,
just
as a comedian, are you trying to improve?
no.
Yeah.
He's definitely the worst heckler at any show I've seen him at. Like it's just nonstop scream outs. I don't know if it's his
Yeah.
style, but
Yeah, the other day someone said the word darn, and I don't think people should be saying that, especially in front of children. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
People
my
don't know
opinion. You
they're
know. Yeah. Anyway, what were you
It's a
saying,
gateway word.
Dan?
oh, but yeah, like with Wise Guys, like I don't know. I was also thinking too, like because like Italians always bring like a shit ton of food, and like you like hit that on the head, but instead of saying like dirty, like unwashed money, you should just say dirty money or just
Oh.
envelopes. Just say elopes. Like they just keep showing up, you know, and so Jesus is sitting there with like a stack of envelopes and shit like that. And then if you really want to do a set about Wise Guys, you definitely got to like jump into like the whole culture. But that's pretty much all I had on that.
I was saying like there were like who's guys, and then what's guys, and then where's guys. and then like House Guys and also Wise Guys. When's guys. It's fucking When's guys. Always beating people up over being late. You're 20 seconds late. I'll break your fucking legs. You know, shit like that. Yeah. Or Wise Guys. It's like a disguise, but you're disguised as like a fucking philosopher or something.
Or like modern day wise guys are really just like the woke left people. Like instead of breaking your legs, they just get you canceled.
Yeah. I'll break your internet legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock the legs out from under your career.
I'm gonna break your Facebook account's legs.
You're gonna be tweeting shit in these projects anymore.
Vinny, I'm sorry. It's just like
It's all go get the fucking hacker. Okay, boss, I'm gonna go get the hacker right now, boss.
Just like, dox him. Like, I don't know. Fucking yeah. Any more feedback from the people?
I like the wise guy talking about the doctor and slapping the doctor. I mean, I think that was all right. I think you could put wise guys in a bunch of different scenarios, right? Like a wise guy is a youth pastor, or a wise guy, put them in situations where you wouldn't normally see.
Right.
The
Yeah.
wise
Yeah.
guy.
I'm trying to come up with
Right.
different situations. I need to, get more. If I followed this, I would need to watch, more of those movies or watch some of them again.
I think like sometimes the less you know, the funnier it is.
Yeah, and then I also look foolish because I don't know something about it, and I'm saying something so sure of myself, but I'm wrong. So
Yeah, you never want to look foolish on
You
the
don't have to watch a whole bunch and get an idea.
yeah, I want to control when and how exactly I look foolish. I don't want someone else putting it on me, like seed in a farmer's field. What?
She's loosening up. Here it is.
What?
Time to blossom, and then he just sprinkles it all over your twat. Like,
They probably had like a fucking bunch of turkey basters duct taped together, and they just like.
Oh yeah, it's like a big hose runs down the field into their vaginas, and he just turns on the cum fountain,
Oh my
and it's
God.
just
Oh
they
my
get like
God.
stomachs blow up a little bit, and then like when the stomachs get low, you got to redo it.
Irrigation. What if they're like just sprinklers, like they're like pop out of the ground, and just like.
They're just sitting there like, oh.
I'll never play the sprinkler again.
Oh man, franchises.
What? Oh, okay, franchises, movies, right?
Anyway, what about wise gynecologist?
Why is a gynecologist?
What if that?
It's the best pussy I've ever seen. The statue of David would love to fuck that pussy. I'm telling you right now.
It's fucking yeah.
Yeah, he could totally do a wise guy gynecologist treating the patients like working girls. Yeah, he could.
Listen here, you whore. You dirty snatch is why it smells. Clean that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got a lot of legs on it. You can run with that.
That's got a lot of legs. You can run with that. That's it. Great. So I'm gonna steal that one.
Good.
Oh, all I'm thinking about is a wise guy gynecologist in the situations he'd be in.
Gynecologist. Yeah.
Like, listen, we can do the good abortion, or you can get in my Cadillac in the back, and we can do the cheap abortion. You decide.
What are you doing, you snatch?
No press. No press.
Yeah.
No press. Cash only.
Ooh.
They're like
I don't-
using they're smuggling shit in the vaginas. Fucking like
Look at this. It's a Da Vinci.
fucking pockets of cigarettes.
Yeah.
I got to fit 3 cartons in this bitch's snatch. I'm telling you.
An AK-47 up in there.
Quick, get my slugger.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, good wholesome comedy
Yeah,
without
that's
any.
what we're here for, right? It's
Oh, it's just like my mother's snatch.
guess that's why it's after dark. Comedy Workshop after dark.
Oh, that'd be a great skit. A wise guy gynecology.
Yeah, what? Why? Why is gynecology? Any more feedback, you guys? Feedback.
That's great. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess it's my turn now. And my topic is energy, I believe. So, here we go. Energy. Energy is okay, but I kind of prefer outergy myself. You know, just I'm not trying to be a hipster or anything. I like outergy. I'm not trying to set any trends. You know, I'm not trying to look cool. I don't know. But energy is weird because like you can get it from like food and shit. Like I mean, I guess that's how we live. And different foods give you like different amounts of energy. Like a bucket of like fudge will have you really tired. Like, what if you just had buckets of fudge all the time? You know, like every meal was just another bucket of fudge, and you'd be craving for something that would give you a lot of energy, like a bucket of like baby blood or something. You know, because I feel like you get a lot of energy from baby blood. Like you probably get like if somebody gave you like a big old like Slurpee cup full of baby blood every time you were like feeling depleted and like with a little like twisty bendy straw or something, you'd probably be like, it's probably better than cocaine actually. I feel like they should start selling that like on the streets, you know, like instead of like just regular drugs like coke or meth, they should also have like little like vials of like baby blood like they're hustling on the side. What if that was the next big drug craze, you know? Like I don't know. Yeah, but energy. I always like. I kind of like you're supposed to drive an electric car or whatever because you don't want to kill the planet. But there's some kind of like cool to me about like doing your little part to like end the world. Because I like that it's a collaborative effort and it's not just like one person with a button in front of them. Because I'd be really jealous of that person if they could just like end the world by themselves. You know, yeah. If there was just a thing you could do to just blow up the Earth. But yeah. I wonder what like they're gonna use for energy in the future. Like as we moved from like coal to like nuclear energy and shit. What if there's something else like we're gonna like discover like magic? Then everything's just gonna run on magic. Magic, but like, I think maybe magic would like require, because like I mean, I guess the price we pay for other energy is like damage to the environment. But maybe magic would require like some kind of personal sacrifice. You know, like you got to give up like your favorite pair of shoes every time you want to like drive to the store. Like you're like, oh, but I just bought these shoes. They're so comfortable. And then your car's like, give me those shoes. And then you gotta give the car the shoes. Otherwise, you'll never get anywhere. You know, you never get anything unless you're willing to give something up. But that'd probably be better for the environment than like just like blowing smoke out into the air. So maybe like the government would require everyone to have like a magical car or like a house that like in the winter or something it's cold and you want to turn the heat on and the house is like I require your firstborn child and you're just like come on man I just got this child and they're like no and then you got to give the house to child so you have heat. Or maybe they would like make you go on some kind of quest. You know, they're like bring to me the the hand of a lemur, and then you got to go find a fucking lemur. Like I feel like the zoos run out of lemurs pretty quick. Like it a couple, and you'd be the first one there. So you like you're like I'm just gonna grab all the lemur hands just in case I need more, and see where this goes. But then you get back to the house and it's like I only said I needed one. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ, those fucking lemurs. You know they can't eat without their hands. And you're like, well, they don't need their hands to eat. They get fed out of like a bucket. You know, I hear they're giving them baby blood now. It's really good for them. You know, you don't need your hands to like scoop it up. They can just like stick their head right in and like they'll just like slurp it up through a bendy straw. That'd be awesome. I'm done. Thanks, guys. Any feedback?
Yeah, I've got some feedback. So for the twisty bendy straw that you've referred to, you could also mention that it's clear. Maybe it's understood that it's clear because if it's like a twisty clear straw, then you can like see the baby blood going up through the clear straw. So I just thought, because it might be important whether or not you can see through that straw in your joke.
Yeah, and like your excitement's building up while you see it travel up the crazy straw. You're like, oh, here comes my baby blood.
Yeah.
It's like
up and
Cosby in a
over,
Jello
like a roller
commercial.
coaster of baby blood. Bizarre. And another thing, that their little part to end the world, that was something else that you said. And I like that because it was misdirection. I thought you were going the other way, doing their part to, eradicate overuse of plastic. But instead you said doing their part to end the world. So you can get all angsty about all the different ways that people are ending the world, but saying that they're not ending the world. If you can think of that, or if you like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was more. I don't remember everything that I thought about it, but it's really visual. Yeah.
I was thinking like if cracked baby blood became like a delicacy on the baby blood market.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and like when you want the most energy for your buck, you get the cracked baby blood. Like,
yeah. But like you only treat yourself occasionally, otherwise you get used to it, right? And then what's the next thing that they'd have to go to get the next cracked baby blood? Because your tolerance levels, right?
Yeah, and then you need like the smack baby blood to bring you back down a little bit, like take the edge off.
And then
and all those foster kids finally have a home.
Yeah, it's like a Soylent Green, but we just kill children instead of when you just die.
Yeah, I'm just trying to mellow out and listen to some music. I'll take that hippie baby blood.
Oh, you got to pull the hair out of your teeth. Like, oh, how that kid have dreads. But, and also, like, how does the baby blood come? Is it like milk jugs, or is it like you're given the baby and you got to like do the blending yourself?
I was picturing, like a big gulp.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's like a fountain.
You go down to like 7-Eleven and they have it like on tap.
You see like the slushy swirling and it's like the baby blood being stirred constantly.
Yeah, gotta keep frothing it up, otherwise it separates and loses its potency.
Yeah, you don't want your baby blood to sit at all. Like,
you gotta keep it chilled.
Yeah, nobody likes warm baby blood.
Hey, what about your baby crib?
Hmm.
I don't know.
And then when you were talking about energy and like running on magic, I was just picturing like David Copperfield's like Rockefeller now, and he's just like he's like a corrupt businessman and controlling the energy grid. Like him and Chris Angel, they all have like a trust of and hold over the energy grid.
Yeah, and like a bunch of grand wizards who secretly been it. Never mind.
Are we now being powered by racism? Like, because America would have an abundant supply of energy if that was the case. All right, car
Yeah.
crash, love it. Like,
Oh, no. Having a mild conniption. Any more feedback, you guys?
It was creative, man.
Oh, sweet. Thanks. Stream of consciousness. Okay, this next part is the part you've all been waiting for. It's the part you get to tell actual jokes. I'll give you 6 minutes since Kenya never showed back up, and we have a fuckload of time still left. So, Daniel, you're up first. Let me know when you're ready to start, and I will start the clock. Dun, 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 dun,
there's a list. I'll just go off this list.
dun, dun,
All right,
dun.
ready? All right, we'll go right now. All right, so first thing I want to talk about was I loved Glenn's face as Bilal went deeper and deeper into his set. Like your jaw just like kept getting a little lower as the time went on, and I don't think I've seen anybody blink as much as Lucia just blinked like during that last 5 minutes. Like, with every mention of baby blood, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was pretty entertaining to watch live. Do you think like Louis C.K. was happy like Epstein ended up having like a rape island? Just because like Louis really didn't do anything, like really like he jerked off in his own like hotel room or like, you know, when he was on the phone with somebody. But like, and everybody was really pissed off. But now that like Epstein was like flying in like 13-year-old girls to fuck on the regular, you think Louis like, oh, yeah, I can go back on tour now because the bar's been taken up a little bit now. So anybody that's now complaining about what Louis did is now like shunned from the community. Also, it is like believe all women like over officially now because like I feel like everyone like at first was like believe all women, and then like they kept getting caught on camera doing shit that we all know you women do. Like let's take the Central Park Karen for example. Like if this was 1950s, that's Emmett Till. Like that's the exact Emmett Till situation where she's like, I'm gonna call the cops and say you assaulted me, and the guy like had her on camera the whole time. Like I've never been near you. But if this was like 1950s when Emmett Till happened, like that guy would have been like lynched, and then like her brother husband would have had a book tour. So shout out to cameras in modern society. And just like the way women have acted during this whole quarantine, like I thought like white men were supposed to be like the pinnacle of racism, but I'm definitely pretty sure white women are like far more racist. At least they're more comfortable with being racist in public. Like, I don't know how many videos I've seen like of like white women just calling people the N-word publicly in a supermarket with like no disdain, like no drawback. Like usually when somebody says that word like in public and they didn't mean to, there's like like they realize what they did. But like middle-aged white women just lean into it, which I kind of respect. But like my favorite part of the video when this happens is when they get punched in the face by the minority, and then there's like an utter shock, like, oh my god, there's consequences for what I do. So I think like we should be allowed to hit women more often for sure. Just because, I don't know. I think that's one reason men don't say as much as women do. Just because there's always like that possibility that if I say that to that dude, he's probably gonna punch me in the face. And then women they just can say whatever they want. And I don't know. I guess I'm saying like we should like as a society knock women down a peg or two. I think they've definitely gotten way too bold. So yeah, I mean, there's that. Luckily, my wife's sleeping already. Otherwise, I might, have to knock her down a peg too. But yeah, it's pretty much. I guess that's what I'm about to talk about today. That's about it for me. I guess I think it's in a few minutes.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes. If you want.
Oh really? Oh, it's only been 2.5 minutes, or I have 2.5
No,
minutes.
it's been 3.5 minutes now.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. What else are we going to talk about? How about the Confederate, like the monument argument? And I don't really care like where you fall on it, like whether you for them or against them. But I just like watching the argument happen because there's not a lot of research done on either side. Like, let's go with the left to start off with because people seem to laugh more at them first. But like they destroyed like the 54th Infantry Monument, which was kind of funny because like the 54th Infantry Monument was like a monument to the first black unit, like regiment in U.S. history. And if like Travis or Chad or whoever would have just took like 10 seconds and Googled the monument first, they could have saved themselves the embarrassment. Like, oh, wait, this is one of the good monuments. But then like also on the other side, like I love the arguments that like right wingers make. Like they always talk about like the statues are there as warnings, but every time they interview that guy, he's like dressed in full like Confederate regalia at like a reenactment, having Jack and Cokes, having a blast. Like you don't see a lot of people like in Auschwitz doing reenactments because that's the comparison they make. Like, oh, they didn't tear down Auschwitz, and it's just like, yeah, but they don't exactly like put on reenactments and sell tickets and have a party on the weekends at Auschwitz either, which would be a really weird situation to go to where you just have like a guy in like full Nazi regalia pretending to gas Jews every Saturday at noon. I don't know. I just don't think it would quite have the same flavor as like surrendering at Gettysburg or whatever. Also, how come nobody checks the dates on these? Like all these statues were put up like during Jim Crow or in the 50s when the civil rights movement was getting going just so they could say fuck black people. And nobody talks about this point at all. It's like nobody wants to argue facts. It's just about emotions right now. All right, I feel that's been a while longer. There we go.
Cool. Hey, you guys have any feedback?
We're talking about the monument and tearing it down and stuff. You talked about Google, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's probably a plaque on the monument, right? Read the plaque before you tear it.
Right.
Read the plaque, make sure. And then toward the end, you was talking about, I guess the monuments or like, I thought expiration date. As far as like right there, right at the very end, you're talking about. It's probably in the last 2 or 3 sentences.
Oh yeah, I was talking about like when the monuments went up, like it was like way after the Civil War had ended. It was like Jim Crow era, and then at the beginning of the Civil Rights, like they were just put up just to tell black people, like, listen, you're not equal.
Right. Yeah, and for some reason, expiration dates. Maybe say the expiration dates, and we kind of go back and review. Does this statute still, apply? Let's take it back.
Okay, so like we should. Oh, I get what you're saying. So you like take like the angle where like I think for statues now on they should come with an expiration date to where we have to go back and review the monument.
Right. Yeah.
All right, that could be for sure.
It doesn't fit our view today. You got to come down.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Like every 50 years, you got to go back over your monument collection.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I have some feedback. So I like what you say about they've gotten too bold. I really like that sentence. And when you were talking about being able to punch them, I think, well, I'll just speak from the heart. So when you talk about wanting to punch them, maybe it's because you've seen them punching. So then that you're justified in saying that they should be punched if women are actually out there punching guys or punching other women. So I just thought that's like a balance to it, because it would address like anybody in the audience that's not into violence, if you care.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're not into violence, they could punch them Jonestown style.
Oh, how do you mean? With Kool-Aid?
Never mind.
I guess I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I don't know enough American history.
No, that's the joke is punching down. So.
But
And then when you were talking about the Auschwitz and if they were to have reenactments there, you were describing the full Nazi regalia. And I thought what you were leading up to was describing a fundraising dinner with a full regalia Nazi serving appetizers. So I thought that was something else. That happened. So that's all I have. It's hard to remember sometimes. I'm sorry. There's a lot of comedy in just 5 minutes, right?
Hmm.
I was thinking, like, when you were talking about like how guys have to worry about like possibly getting punched in the face, I think what like Sam Colt did for like people, like you know how they say like it was like the great equalizer, like revolvers, because you
Yeah.
never knew who was gonna shoot you. The internet has kind of done that to where now you don't have to worry about getting punched in the face. You can say whatever you want to whoever
Okay,
you
so
want.
like the internet is the great equalizer for pussies because now they can say whatever they want and not get punched in the face.
Yeah. Any more feedback, you guys? Okay, Glenn, you're up next. Know when you're ready to start, and I'll start the clock.
All right, go ahead. I don't understand the terrorist reward system. It confuses me. 72 virgins in paradise. First of all, 72 virgins in paradise don't belong in the same sentence. Virgin sex, why? Since virgin is stated, that would imply that they intend to have sex with these virgins. 72 virgins. If my house is on fire, I don't need 72 firefighters that don't know how to put out a fire. I don't need 72 firefighters looking at a fire giggling, saying, that's the biggest fire I've ever seen. I want 2 or 3 really, really, really good firefighters putting out that fire. Maybe there's a reason that these girls are virgins. Maybe they have cats. You wake up in paradise and shit, cats. I grew up in embassy for this. Shit. What if they're 3 years old? Shit. I have to wait 6 years to get married. Shit. How many Sandra Bullock rom-coms do you have to watch before 72 virgins are ready to have sex? Shit. Shit. This is more painful than blowing myself up. Shit. That's all I got for that one right now.
That was a minute 46 seconds of quality material. Do you guys have any feedback?
Was that man?
Oh shit.
I do love the entire premise of just naming reasons you wouldn't want virgins at the gates. Like you could just throw in there, like, give me 3 whores and a fucking kilo, and I'll be happy, Jesus. Like I don't need.
This is like it seems like you'd think that was heaven, but it turns out it's actually hell.
Yeah, the terrorist reward system and the 72 virgins in paradise. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the comparison that you made to the 72 firefighters. It was really illogical and random.
Thank you.
And then there was one part where I thought you were headed a certain way, where you were still talking about the virgins. And I thought one reason why they're still virgins is maybe they're ugly.
Well, I didn't necessarily go. I mean, there are probably a bunch of reasons.
I get 72 fat bitches, but fat bitches always they're never virgins, but everybody be fucking fat bitches. But
Yeah.
like,
Well, I did cat ladies. You know.
right? No, that was a softie that hits. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was around the part where I thought you were headed a certain way, but then you mentioned maybe they're cat ladies.
Mhm.
I thought maybe they're ugly, but
Yeah, I think the cat, and not that they're the same, but I just thought cat ladies and ugly were kind of in the same
Oh,
arena.
oh wait, like because like the Catholic loophole, like for some reason your 72 virgins only want to have anal sex, like.
I believe you're
Which
talking
is
about the poop hole loophole.
is it? Oh yeah, it's the Catholic loophole, which is anal sex isn't sex. So for some reason, these virgins only want to have anal.
yeah, but it's usually the guy telling the virgin about the loophole. It's not. I don't think it's something that she knows.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Catholics know.
Yeah.
They teach that in catechism.
Yeah, the priest is like, listen, we're going to tell you about the Catholic loophole right here, young man. Come here.
That's the altar boy. That's the altar boy loophole is what it's called.
Yeah.
Also, Glenn, I don't know what you're saying. I'm not sure. Are you saying shit? Are you saying
I'm
the word
trying.
shit?
Yeah, I meant to start out the sentence like sheet.
Okay.
It's like in the
Okay.
worst Paris voice ever, right?
I
Sheet.
just needed to confirm that. Okay.
And I was moving kind of fast, but that was more just nerves and inexperience. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a weird feeling talking at a screen. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Any more feedback?
Definitely come up with more reasons not to fuck virgins. I don't know. That this was the funniest part of me. Like all the complaints he'd have. Like,
all
Yeah.
the things you have to go through before a virgin's ready, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of
have
towels
like-
you would need from all the destroyed hymens.
Right.
Do you think they have?
Like, is that why like the Nile turned red was just all the virgins getting slammed? Man, biblical plagues are fun.
No virgin sacrificing going on in this plague.
You think now? Do you think for those sacrifices they were using like the fat ones or the unattractive ones? They were like, hey, get over here. Is it time? Is it finally my time? Like, yeah, come here for a second.
Oh, I've waited so
They didn't
long.
know, so like one of the shamans is just like behind them on all fours, and they like tabletop her over the mountain.
Like you think like maybe because like God's up there, it's like, oh fuck, we ran out of virgins. Hey, you gotta kill some more down there. And they're like, okay.
Oh
Wait a
Jesus!
second. How
Like God's just got a big bowl of cocaine next to his bed. He's like, I need more virgins up here. He's dressed like a sheik.
Are we comparing Roman Catholicism with the way I sound with a terrorist reward system?
Well, I mean, the Old Testaments are the same between the Quran and the Christian Bible, so it's not that far of a stretch.
Yeah, I grew up in a Muslim family. It's the Quran and the Bible are basically the same. My mom also turned Christian, so I got a pretty good view of both sides. It's the same shit.
Okay.
Literally the same shit. The same people and everything. All right. You guys have any more feedback?
Any other ways off the top of your head that try to get a virgin to sleep with you? You got Sandra Bullock rom-coms, or why somebody would be a virgin.
Rooflin. I don't have 72 hits of Rooflin with me right now, and That's if you wanted to drug your virgins. But I don't. Do you get like full control over your virgins? Like that's an angle you could dive into. Like they say you're given 72 virgins, but like, do they have to listen to you, or just have like 72 bitchy virgins that can just kind of do whatever they want, and you got to like keep control of them, like corralled?
Like 72 to-do list, right?
Yeah, like you just got like 72 nagging bitches that are just nonstop going, and
And
you
you're
don't
gonna
get
do
to sleep with them. You just have to watch out for them and like herd them into their pens and
you're going to do
stuff
whatever
like
they
that.
want because you're trying to sleep with them, right? So
Oh, yeah, you still got to jump through all the loops to sleep with the virgin as you would.
all right, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Lucia, you're up next. Let me know
All
when
right.
you're ready to begin, and I will start the clock.
Sure. Okay, I'm ready. I look sad usually, and homeless people tell me to smile. They say things like, cheer up, snap out of it, tomorrow is another day. Like they've got it figured out. One time a man pointed to the ground and he said to me, I found your smile. Do you want to pick it up? I bent down to pick it up, but it turned into this on the way back. That didn't make him smile. I think he must have been expecting a smile finding metal, but all he was doing was meddling. I like that joke and I'm going to keep it for a while. I don't know what's worse, a bird on the bus or a bird in a cafe. It's so annoying to see that guy in line with a bird on his shoulder. Anybody working here? Are you seeing this? Either way, you worry that it'll fly around and crap on your hair. At least in a cafe, you could go to the restroom, get cleaned up, but on a bus, that's it. You're off at the next stop. Your day is starting over again. You find a cafe to use the restroom, but they're like, no, sorry, we already got a bird in here. My boyfriend is like a dog, often stopping and sniffing at the air. Of course, when he does this, I worry that he can smell my pussy. We live in a small apartment. He'll sniff and sniff. It's so annoying to hear. So I ask him, if he can smell my pussy. I ask if he can, not will he. Geez, you guys. My therapist tells me to ask questions and not to make up stories in my mind. The other day on Facebook, I saw a post that showed an abused dog, and the post said, share if you would save the dog, ignore if you're heartless. So I posted a comment and corrected the word your for them. YOU apostrophe RE. Hey, I started a new job recently. The people are so great. On the first day, they were encouraging me to ask questions. Ask questions. Don't be shy, Lucia. All questions are good. So I asked if I could go home early, and I don't have that job anymore. Um, This might sound weird to you, but I'm getting to really hate seeing that stereotypical solitary wolf painting on people's shirts. You know what I'm talking about. The one in profile, howling at the moon. Ow! Misunderstood. Ow! The bust of the wolf, so proud, the moon mysterious. The image says, oh, look at me. I've gone rogue. You don't know what I'm going to do next. But the way that the person wearing that shirt, what he's going to do next, Kevin, is head to the break room for some more donuts. You haven't set foot in the woods in over 20 years. You're an accountant. The other day, I was driving in a car with a friend of mine. I'm not responsible enough to own one. I'm a scrub. I noticed a young man in a convertible driving toward us in his lane. As he passed us, I saw that he had a string dangling from his nose, flapping in the breeze, and judging by how widely his nostril was spread, just shy of total recall proportions, I'd say he had introduced a supersized tampon to his nasal cavity. He probably keeps a box of tamps in his glove compartment, considers himself a feminist ally. So helpful, but it's really self serving. During the days that his girlfriend is bleeding, he can just pop one in there for her. Foreplay. I'm saying, and he engages in a lot of butt sex in the back seat of his car. Thanks very much. That's it.
Sweet. You guys have any feedback?
When he's putting a tampon in his nose, there's definitely a room in there to mix in like it could possibly be a dirty tampon that he put in his nose. Like if he like he didn't have a nosebleed before, but now all of a sudden he does, which is weird.
He
That could have
accidentally
been.
put a used one up his nose. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if it was on accident, but
Oh
like
my god!
you noticed his nose wasn't bleeding before, but then all of a sudden you seen him shove a tampon up his nose, and now there's a blood trail coming out of it.
Oh well, what I actually saw was just the string, so I concluded he had something up his nose, a tampon, to stop the bleeding.
Right.
I didn't actually see him put it up there, officer. What a strange question. What a strange question. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it another thing I used to say with that joke was that maybe he puts a little dab of Vaseline on it to like shove it up there more easily. But one guy I knew, he said, well, like if his nose is bleeding, why does he need extra lubrication? So it's kind of funny how like your peers, they'll offer stuff and
Right.
it's like sometimes they're right, sometimes not. Yeah, so I changed it. Yeah.
Are you a bird in the first half of the story?
Am I a bird?
Because you kept talking like a bird when it was like your turn to talk in the story. So like, I didn't like. Did I miss the part where you were the parrot?
Oh wow, no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's worse, a bird on the bus or a bird in a cafe.
Right.
I wasn't the bird.
Okay.
I saw a bird one time in a cafe on a guy's shoulder, and that's annoying because that's happened like more than once. I don't know why people do that. It's like, don't bring something
I've literally never seen that.
food environment.
Are you a pirate? Like, do you live in like a pirate cove?
No, I'm not a
You're
pirate.
seeing a lot of very piratey
patios.
things.
The patios and the cafes and the things that end up in there.
Did he have a hat?
A couple of times now, it's been a bird on some guy's shoulder, and he's like, conversation piece, right? You've never seen that anywhere?
I've literally never seen
Nope.
that.
All right.
Not
Yeah,
a lot
well-
of Jolly Rogers around here.
Yeah, I heard that nose tampons are the new peg legs, so watch out.
It's the new what?
Are the new peg legs?
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
And then-
all the pirates have moved up to Canada.
Yeah. Vancouver Island is a pirate hotspot apparently, along with the cougars, wolves, and bears.
Yeah, cougars, man. Wow.
Yeah, love me a cougar. But also when like you were comparing your husband to a dog, I don't know, maybe just be like he craps on the floor occasionally. He always humps my friends' legs when they come over, which I've had talked to him about because now nobody comes over or something.
Yeah. That's so weird. I usually stick
It would
with
be weird.
honesty in my comedy. I don't like branch out with embellishments that much.
Ah,
But that's cool. I don't know how I would feel about that. Maybe in the moment that would come out of me. Like on stage,
right.
You don't always know what you're going to say when you get up there.
That's true.
I really like your voice also. Like, I don't know
Oh
what
yeah, I
it
get
is.
that a lot. And then people see my face and it's like, oh no, damn it, should have just stuck with the telephone. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought your voice perfectly matched your face. I don't
Oh yeah? Oh,
like
nah.
like if you had like my voice, now that would be a mismatch.
That would be funny to have that happening. Yeah. Huh. Somebody can do that. I don't know how. And the joke about the guy with the shirt, the lone wolf shirt, I told that in a gay bar recently in town, and I just felt it. I felt it, and I said, "Ooh, you guys are anti-shaming." Wow. So I'm still working on that one. It's had a few different versions so far. But it really happened. Like I was at a car show and this guy was wearing the wolf T-shirt, and it was just all distended because it didn't really fit him. It was too tight, and he was a really big guy in a too small shirt.
Mm.
Another guy.
Mm-mm.
I agree. That don't looks good on girls.
Pardon me?
Said I agree. That don't looks good on girls. Tight shirts.
Yeah, I like tight shirts on girls too.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Why the hell not?
I was thinking when you were talking about the being worried about the bird shitting in your hair. I was saying, like, what if you were worried because then you'd have to pay it $85 and then call it a cab.
Oh boy, that's some cultural reference I'm not familiar with.
Oh, all right. So some people like pay sex workers to poop on them for money. So it'd be like the bird is a sex worker in this scenario. So you'd have to pay it $85 and then get it a cab to go home.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't see that one either.
Yeah.
Glenn knows.
And also, for some reason, I thought, like, because you did, like, I mean, your set wasn't clean, but it felt like, I don't know why it felt clean, just because, like, of how, like, happy your tone is. But, like, when you were talking about, before you said the tampon thing, when you were talking about the guy's nostrils, I thought you were going to be like, oh, I knew from the size of his nostrils that he was a fucking nigger. Because I'd have been fucking
Oh my
crying.
God.
I would have been
Shit.
crying if you had said that.
That
But I know you wouldn't.
has to be said by someone else, not me. I can't say that.
Yeah, I know. But
What can't you say?
I can't say that word. Don't.
Nah.
Which word was that?
Don't.
No, sorry, but like, because I feel like to me, what really gets a laugh is like when someone says something completely unexpected,
Yeah.
and I feel like you'd be the least likely person to say that. But if you had, I would have probably shit my pants on the spot.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's
Okay.
like the best or the worst advice you've ever gotten in your life.
I mean, Daniel was just talking about the white women using racial slurs and feeling comfortable, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Then getting punched in the face.
Well, are you white? Never mind. Actually, that's beside the point. Any more feedback, guys?
Why is there birds on your bus?
Oh,
Like, what are
okay.
buses like in Vancouver Island? Is it like open floor concept, and then like you just have like pigeons chilling on the windowsills?
Every day is bringing a bird to
Yeah,
lunch.
the open windowsills they fly in.
Is there like
Yeah.
a toucan? He's just like he guards the change jar. Like you gotta give her 35 cents to the toucan.
Only one time I've seen a bird on the bus, and the woman had the bird tucked in her shirt, like in her jacket against her breast.
She stole
You
that
know.
bird.
Like she could have been breastfeeding it. She could have been nursing it. We don't know.
Yes. See, now there's an angle right there. I'm tired of all
Yeah.
these bitches breastfeeding birds on these buses. Like,
Right.
have some
Right.
decency.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
a new
very alliterative.
service animal.
What's that? Sorry, Glenn. I
It's
didn't
a
hear.
new service animal. It's an
A
emotional
service
support
animal.
bird.
Oh. Or maybe a reverse service animal. Maybe she's the bird
Maybe,
service.
yeah, maybe she's a human service person.
Yeah. Service person.
Service human.
Service human.
Yeah, this parakeet has anxiety. Okay, I'm at
Yeah,
service.
It's
I'm
on
the
the
service
bus
human
with
for this
strangers.
parakeet.
Yeah, I have a few different versions of that joke, and I recently found it, but I'd written whatever excuses, right? Yeah, still working on that one.
Maybe he's fattening up the bird for dinner.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he
Parrot
fucks the bird. I don't know.
a la Parmesan.
Parrot on that Parmesan.
We had a fried chicken restaurant.
Was I at a fried chicken
Yeah.
restaurant?
Oh, just bringing in a bird, fried chicken restaurant.
No. Sorry, I was just writing something down.
So it's just a random thought.
Cool. Any more feedback, you guys?
You could also be like self-deprecating in it too. Like, I'm so tired of people with birds, and just be like, even though I look like somebody that collects a lot of birds, because like I don't know, you do look like you have parakeets possibly.
Yeah. Okay. Or even cats, maybe.
Sure, yeah, you could go with cats. Any assorted animal that like older white women like collect.
Mm. I was also thinking like with the nose tampon thing, they could have like been tied back to being worried if your boyfriend can smell your pussy. Like, and then like there's that end of the spectrum, like being worried, and then there's the whole other end where like you just got a fucking tampon in your nose.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Depending on what order I say the jokes in, I can call it back to that somehow.
You know, you're like trying to reach that level in a relationship, for like he's just walking around with a tampon in his nose.
Yeah. Well, since the three of you are men, I knew that I could say bleeding and you'd know that it meant menstruation. But if I'm in front of women, then I would feel like I would have to say the word menstruation instead of bleeding. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah, no, women are stupid. I don't know why they wouldn't get that at all. I don't. Always got to dumb it down for them. It's ridiculous.
I think it's just about audience, like whatever. I don't know if you're being serious or what. Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I
all
mean,
right.
but seriously, they're dumb as shit. But like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the feedback. That's really great.
Yeah, this was very fun. Well, I guess I'm gonna tell a couple jokes now. So here we go. Uh, Having your balls sucked is overrated. You know how I know? Nobody ever tries to suck their own balls. It's always straight for the dick. Do you think like if it was that great, someone would like stretch the few extra inches? But nope, nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. How many dogs do you think you could strangle in a row if you had to? Like if someone was like, "Hey, we're gonna give you $1 million a month, and all you gotta do, you gotta come in. There's gonna be a room full of dogs. It's gonna be like the lobster tank. You like choose one, you strangle it, and by the end of the day, all those dogs have to be good and strangled. How long do you think you'd last at that job before you're like, I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if I could do this anymore. But you probably get pretty ripped, though. You'd have like big ass muscles and shit, and your friends would be like, "Oh, wait, you've been lifting, you've been hitting the gym." You're like, "No, I strangle dogs." Uh, you know those people who have accents, but if they didn't have accents, they'd just be kind of funny looking. You know what I'm talking about. You know. Yeah. I always thought that Nicolas Cage was just where they put you when you don't have any nickels. Hmm. I went to buy a gun the other day. It was a shotgun, and did you know that they stopped giving you the dipping sauce for free when you buy a shotgun? Like when I was a kid, they were just like you go buy a gun and just like give you the sauce, but now they want to charge you like an extra 89 cents. Like shit is getting ridiculous, you know. Like, what if we found out that the cure to coronavirus was tear gas? Do 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 do. When I was a kid, I always thought that being an adult would be way cooler. It turns out you just bite your tongue less on accident. That's pretty much the only difference. Mm. You know how when you're like you drop something really small, it just like disappears and find it like a mile away from where you dropped it. What if that worked with big shit too? Like you're carrying like a watermelon up the stairs and you drop and you're like, oh fuck, where'd it go? Oh, there it is under the couch. Or you're like carrying, the baby and you drop and you're like, oh, and what the fuck? The baby's gone. We got to call the couch. Oh, wait, no, there it is on the neighbor's roof. Yeah. You know how every superhero has an evil doppelganger, like someone who looks exactly like them but is just evil? I think that if I were a superhero, I would just pretend I had an evil doppelganger so I could just be evil for a day. There's like a burning house. I fly inside. There's a family, and then the dad's like, "Oh, thank God, you're here to save us." I was worried for a minute. I like the new black suit, by the way. And I'd be like, "No, I'm here to squish your kids." And he's like, "Huh?" And I just pick one up. He's like, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" Welcome to hell, my friend. I was at the grocery store the other day, and like I was going down the aisle that has all the baby shit in it, and I never knew that babies have their own water. Like that was the thing. They just had like rows and rows of baby water lined up, and I kind of wanted to buy some, because I feel like it's something you're not supposed to have as an adult. Like, no, you can't have that. That's for babies. But babies drink that water, and they turn into like talking people. So I feel like if I drink it, I'm just gonna reach the next plane of existence. I'm going to be a floating ball of meat with telekinetic powers named Globulus Ellipses, and I'll rule with an iron fist. There's going to be a family around the dinner table. The mom's going to be like, "No, no, Johnny, eat your blood nuggets." Johnny's like, "But I don't want blood nuggets." And she's like, "Well, Globulus Ellipses says that blood nuggets are all we're allowed to eat, and that they're definitely not actually human flesh." They are human flesh, though. That's on my bucket list. Before I die, I need to know what we taste like. I think I'm gonna open up a restaurant that's like there's gonna be like a speakeasy. It's gonna serve only human flesh. There's gonna be like the little like door with the slot with the guy behind it. Like, what's the password? And you're gonna be like human flesh. And then you're gonna go inside, and I think the meat's going to be arranged by what country the people are from. Like, what country do you think has the best tasting people? I was thinking probably Mexico or something. That's probably why they're trying to keep them all out so they don't sneak in here and we figure out that they taste awesome and just start invading countries just to eat the people. Yeah. Yes, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Yay. Okay. Any feedback?
I like to. Oh, go ahead.
Were you finished with the joke that you were saying about what's the best boy? And then that's where it stopped. We got.
Yeah, you did like disappear for a second. What joke?
Yeah. The one where you're saying what's the best boy?
I said
the baby blood. Everybody at the dinner table.
It wasn't. There's no baby blood in that joke. It was. I asked what country do you think has the best tasting people?
Okay, you were just talking about how you want to eat somebody just before you die, or you'd rather you want to eat human flesh.
Kind of, I guess.
Did that happen, or is it your doppelganger right now that we're seeing?
I just told all knock jokes. I don't know where you're getting this shit from, but you might want to go see somebody. Any feedback, you guys?
When you were talking about like opening a place to like eat people at, I thought it'd be funny if like the name of the restaurant changed depending on who you were eating. So like Tuesday, it's welcome to Jimmy's Ribs, but if you came back the next night, it would be Lewis's Steaks.
It would be funny. Any more feedback?
I think on a password, you gotta come up with a good password. What's the password? You're like, Dom, but I love to change the name of the restaurant. That'd be that's a good idea. Let's see, what country has the best tasting people? You know, you probably got some things you can answer. I mean, I don't know. How do you answer that question? I mean, like, pick a couple. What do they taste like? You know, what Mexican people taste like, and they taste like whatever. You know, I don't know. I like the Nicolas Cage. I think you know that was a good one. Just I thought that was fun. The let's see, the adult. Yeah, so it's good. I mean, there's a good rhythm to those. Like in that little boom, 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 3, 4, 5 in a row. It was all right. But probably my favorite was the Nicolas Cage one in that early part, in that early bit.
And then like also when you were talking about like which country has like the best tasting people, like I don't know, maybe you could do like a rant on like there's like a group of like rich people that get fed people from various countries because they wanted to know this answer. Like they're like, oh, we can't wait for Japan Tuesday, and they just have like a big boardroom meeting where they're served up like a Japanese guy, and then like the next week they're in like Russia.
Well,
It's like that. It's like the movie Hostel, but instead of murdering people, they're just like they travel the world just to eat different people. Like, oh, I just got this fresh Eskimo flown in this morning.
well, what if you picked out people from the audience? If you could see them, you saw different nationalities. You know, you saw a Hispanic person, you jump on Hispanics, you know, or find out what nationality they are, if they're Chinese or you know. I mean,
Well, I think like yeah, crowd work isn't really.
and it may be more deeper you want to go.
I feel like I'd be worried, like I'd be talking about like eating someone and point to someone in the crowd, and then another person jumps up like, "Hey, that's my girlfriend!" They jump up and like stab me in the knees.
Then they eat
That's
you.
my girlfriend. Well, hold on, we'll get to you in a minute. Yeah.
Lucy,
I have
did you
some
have any?
feedback.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So when you were talking about accents and how people are funny looking, I was thinking that you could go into like the different parts. Like I always think that somebody with a sharp, pointy nose is gonna have like a higher pitched voice, and someone with a big nose has like a deeper voice. I'm self conscious about my own nose, and other things like that, you know, or maybe if they have curly hair, they're like a crazy person, right? And if they have straight hair, they're like a sexy person. Just all these different, I guess, stereotypes that we have about different looks. That's what that part made me think about. Um, and then when you were talking about what if we found out the cure tear gas, and then that got me to thinking about Trump and like I can't even pronounce that word, that hydrochloroxyquin,
Hydroxychloroquine.
whatever the word is, and how he didn't actually suggest that people inject themselves with bleach, but the way he was talking about it, it made it seem like that's what he was asking to
Well,
be done.
apparently the hydroxychloroquine thing actually does reduce the risk of death.
Yeah, it's not the same as bleach.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
mean, bleach
It's
is just a
not,
good
but I'm
time.
still thinking about
But
it.
it doesn't have the same side effects.
Yeah, like clean butthole.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Now the accents thing, that joke is I wanted it to be like we're something that would make people like, hey, what the fuck? And then they think about it and like, oh wait, everybody has an accent, so you can't get
Hmm.
mad at it because it's not racist or discriminatory
Right.
against any group of people. It's just like the more you think about it, the less sense it makes. Never mind. Oh, sorry.
I do like the idea though, like kind of like what Lucia was saying, where it was just like thinking of like stereotypes, like ridiculous stereotypes bring a different like taste palette. So like black people are like stereotyped to drink a lot of Kool-Aid, so they taste a lot sweeter. And then white people like love mayonnaise, so like it's a lot more fat when you eat white people, so it's got a lot more savory flavor to it.
Wait, these are two different jokes.
I think these are the same joke.
No, the one she was talking about is the one where I was like, you know those people who have accents, but if they didn't have accents, they'd just be kind of funny looking.
Yeah.
You're talking about the cannibalism one, right?
That's what I mean though. When she mentioned stereotypes, like my mind was just thinking like if you could like incorporate stereotypes into like a taste palette for like how people taste.
Have you ever noticed that sometimes for the voiceover for a chocolate commercial, it's like it might be an African American voice. If we're still allowed to insinuate that we know what that sounds like all the time, which I don't, right? But like that's something I've noticed about chocolate commercials is that it sounds like an African American person.
Is it like
Am I being insensitive? I don't know.
How do the chocolate commercials sound, Lucia?
Oh, it's like he's got a deep velvety voice and he makes the lady recline and then the chocolate is like floating through the air into her mouth. Oh, it's amazing commercial. Have you seen that one?
So it's just like a big muscular black guy feeding you chocolates is what you picture.
It's like floating black dicks.
Like Terry Crews is just like open up and take my chocolate, and you're just like, yes,
take my chocolate, bitch. Yeah.
Michael J. White's over there pouring champagne down his leg again. That crazy guy.
Yeah. Robert ambles in. Oh wait, that's like one comedian's joke into another joke. And then also there was one phrase that I wrote down. What's the best boy? And then I wrote the word misdirection, but I don't. I can't remember.
Sorry, you guys just made me remember the ending of that joke that I forgot.
Were you reading it or you have it memorized?
I write like one or two words to try to help jog my memory, but I never like write the entire thing out. But it was about you ever hear of blackpeoplemeet.com?
No.
It's like it was a dating website. And it was what if you accidentally typed the wrong type of meat, and a few weeks later you just get a box shipped to your door?
Soul food.
Wow. Oh boy.
Probably be easier to fuck though. Yeah, thanks. I completely forgot that part. It was gonna be gone forever.
Yeah, a lot of fascination it seems with just with like. Did you also talk about yeah, right, you were talking about strangling dogs as well, right? If that was a person's job.
Yeah.
And how your hands would become really powerful, and I guess your arms would become. And so I liked your response when you were in conversation with someone, and then you just said, "I strangle dogs." Like that was kind of funny. But sad too.
And then like strangling dogs to get big arms is a lot more fun than eating spinach.
Yes, or boiling kale. You gotta boil it first. It's too pithy.
Pithy. Is that one of those Canadian words I keep hearing about?
I think it's pronounced shitty, but
I don't know that. I don't think that thesaurus would have shitty as a word to pithy.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm using a word I don't really know what it means. I'm not sure.
I would love if we looked it up and it was something like awful, like it's too pithy before you boil it, and like it just means like I don't know, baby entrails or or other things that are bad.
Glenn, you've been quiet for a while. Any of you guys have any more feedback?
No, man, I just no, Lucy did remind me. I did like the what a tear gas is the cure for coronavirus. Uh, yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. If like the misunderstandings kept going, and people could
I
think
think
that.
I like that. But man, that's all I had really. So,
Oh, okay.
I have another one. The way you started, like right from the get-go, you know talked about something important, something overrated. Having one's balls sucked is overrated. So I thought that was cool, and I like your humor when it's just a few sentences. Though I always find that I want more. So maybe you're just not like telling us everything yet. Is that it? You're not saying everything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a really bad memory.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean that's also a good thing. I'm saying it's interesting. I just wish that there was like more sometimes. I also wrote down something about the superhero, but I don't remember what that one was about.
It was
Just wrote down.
about pretending you have an evil doppelganger just so you can be evil.
Right.
'Cause it's-
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a really cool premise.
There's definitely like a Superman joke late in that one, kind of, where it's just like I have an evil doppelganger, but it's really just me, and it's just like you have like a slight costume change, like glasses being on or off, and it's like, oh no, it's evil Superman, and like he takes his glasses off. It's like, oh Superman, thank God you're here. Like, like it's not at all a different disguise, but just something slight makes it different.
it's like a NPCs in video games.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
okay, any more feedback, you guys? Sweet.
That's all I have.
Well, thus concludes another episode of the workshop. If you guys have any like social media or anything or any projects you'd like to plug, now's the time to do it. I'll start with you, Dan.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Daniel_Grinnell. And then also coming to you soon on another podcast about everything.
Awesome. Glenn, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay. Lucia?
I'm on Twitter. I'm Lucia_Muse.
Ooh, cool. Well, catch you guys
What about
tomorrow.
yourself, Lal? Are you?
Me?
Oh, I guess you're just
I
gonna
don't
put it in
want
the
to
comment.
tell people.
Pardon? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
But
Damn, we're talking at the same time.
yeah, I don't know. I just get everyone else's. I don't normally put my own. But
Okay.